Okay, Zatima fans. Now, this is a theory I literally just posted about 15 minutes ago on social media, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube community page, Facebook, and whatnot. And within a few minutes, I've gotten some decent feedback for this theory, okay? And let me put emphasis on the word theory. Now, a majority of you know how this goes. Basically, I'm just a regular person who's a fan of these shows, and I try to come up with reasonable theories as to when we will see the return of this show on BET Plus or this show on BET. Okay? I'm not on the Viacom, Tyler Perry Studio, BET Plus payroll. I'm not. So I don't know. Okay? So I don't know. So if I'm wrong, don't come to the comment section, when we finally get news going, you don't know what you're talking about because you're going to look stupid. So basically, I had time to sleep on it, and that's sometimes all you need is a good sleep in order to come up with a new perspective on things. And yesterday, we got information about a BET Plus series and its release date. And unfortunately, it wasn't the show that fans wanted to see. We got news on the Miss Pat Show Season 4 coming May 23rd. Granted, the Miss Pat Show is a popular show, so please don't think I'm trashing on that show in favor of Zatima. I'm not. I'm talking about in terms of hype. I think it's safe to say 99.999% of fans have been clamoring online for weeks now for BET or BET Plus to give us something. I mean, it's become a whole thing. Hashtag blame it on Zach. Tag BET in your post. Demand they drop the trailer. Do this, do that. And I think BET Plus is just playing the game. And I don't blame them. But let me put it this way. This video, it just... I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Because if nothing else, I don't want to be in the position that BET or any corporation, has been in, especially, over the past couple years, with the pandemic throwing things out of whack, and just last year, the actor-writer strike. Because I've been saying this for a long time now, almost a year at this point, ever since the strike started. Man, I used to be really good about predicting when the shows come back because it followed a rhythm. But of course, the strikes really just threw a lot of things out of whack. Production companies were shut down. Then they had to kind of race to get things back on track in terms of scheduling and whatnot. And debatably, I still feel like things really haven't solidified yet. I feel like the next couple of years is going to be very iffy because if I'm not mistaken, that's when they renegotiate contracts for the whole AI situation. So everybody's kind of, standing around looking at each other like, okay, what's going to happen in like 2026, 2027? Almost, it's just impossible to predict. But in terms of what's going on right now, I did some research. I'm like, okay, you know what? The Miss Pat Show, I haven't really followed it after season 1, which honestly I should. I heard it's a really good show. I watched season 1, but that was it. I went to Wikipedia and I looked at the release date because I said, you know what? Because when it said May 23rd, I'm like, oh no, BET Plus doesn't typically, not never, but they don't typically drop multiple hit shows at the same time and have them overlap. They like to spread things out. And I was thinking, man, I mean, if the Miss Pat Show season 4 starts on May 23rd, that's going to be every Thursday it drops. I don't know if we're getting Zatima. So then I looked and I'm like, oh, okay, BET Plus, because remember, I forgot the release schedule, how it works. The Miss Pat Show, they drop all the episodes at one time. Unlike, say, Zatima, Bruh, Ruthless, and whatnot, they only drop 1 or 2 episodes per week. So, what I did, I compared the dates for the Miss Pat Show, because season 1 of the Miss Pat Show existed before Zatima did it all. So I said, okay, let me compare the release dates for Zatima season 1 and 2 and the Miss Pat Show seasons 2 and 3. Now, remember, again, the Miss Pat Show drops every episode at one time. And the pattern I noticed is that the Miss Pat show and Zatima have never overlapped. And what I mean by that is the Miss Pat show always releases at once during a month that is never the same month as Zatima. So, ergo, I think that Zatima season 3 will not drop in May. I could be wrong, but hear me out. Follow me on this one. Sistas season 7B continues on the 29th of May. And episodes, 12 through 22, I believe, if my math is not wrong, August the 7th will be the finale of season 7. It would really suck, but I don't think we're getting Zatima until late summer, early fall. So I don't think Zatima season 3A is dropping until sometime in August. I know you're probably ready to rip me to shreds and go to Viacom headquarters and set BET on fire. Please don't do either of those things. Hear me out. As much as we, and myself included, as much as we want Zatima to come back very quickly, I think it's best for the show not to return until after season 7 is over. Again, hear me out. Maybe, just maybe, BET is taking into consideration the confusion amongst fans. Okay? Because as far as I know, and if anybody's listening to this video who's a part of Tyler Perry Studios or Viacom or whatever, feel free to correct me. I don't believe Tyler Perry has any say in the release schedule. He's just, on contract to make the content, and then it's up to the network to decide when and if they drop certain content. Again, I could be wrong, but I think that's how it goes. I'm wagering that they're like, okay, you know what? The heavy hitters, we got Zatima season 3 and we got Sistas season 7B. We don't want to throw too much at the fans at once, so we can spread it out to our benefit. Because remember, based on the Actors Access information on Sistas season 8 I covered a few weeks ago, I don't believe filming starts until, is it this week or next week? Basically, season 8 filming starts in several days, meaning that once Sistas season 7 has come to a close, that's all BET has until more is filmed, which should take place this month. Then, of course, time is needed for post-production. So I think what we may see is the Miss Pat show this month. And I did see something circulating online a week or so ago about All the Queen's Men, the new season coming in July or something. I could be completely wrong about that. I'm only telling you, I just randomly saw it. And that might actually make sense as well. The Miss Pat show in May, and then we have Sistas, holding things down on the network June, July, and ending early August. And once All the Queen's Men wraps up, if it does come in July, Zatima takes the baton in sometime in August. Then, of course, later in the year, that's when the Oval should come back. And then, of course, we might get the new episodes of Family Fun Night, like Assisted Living and House of Pain on BET, the network. And all the while, Zatima season 3A is doing its thing from, let's say, mid-August to sometime in September. So, with that being said, folks, we might not see Zatima return anytime soon, but I know it's upsetting, but maybe for the sake of the fans, to avoid confusion on timeline stuff and character stuff, it really wouldn't add up to have, let's say, Zatima running at the same time as Sistas season 7B, and let's say theoretically in season 3 she is indeed pregnant, yet in Sistas she's not pregnant, and we're dealing with the whole twin thing with Karen, and it's just a whole mess. So I think BET Plus might stretch it out, whereas Zatima, we won't see it for a few more months. And as upsetting as it is, keep in mind BET has renegotiated a new contract with Tyler, a multi-year deal. We have a bunch of shows that have been renewed, and he has so much work coming out on different platforms like Amazon, Netflix, and I know I'm just sitting up here trying to justify if we do have to indeed wait several more months for Zatima to return, but from a business perspective, I'm trying to look at this from a business perspective. It makes the most sense to do it this way because everybody's still trying to, shuffle the cards in the deck in their favor since the strikes to really make things work. And not every company is Tyler Perry Studios where they film things within a matter of days. So, yeah, I mean, we probably won't get new episodes of Family Fun Night, House of Pain, Assisted Living until September or something. The Oval is probably going to morph back into its usual air date where it returns later in the fall after Sistas had its run, as opposed to these shows running in the same week. So BET is just trying to adjust accordingly, and it seems like we need to do the same as well. And who knows, by the time I post this video, maybe BET Plus or whoever, debunks it by dropping a trailer finally. But then again, I don't know. We'll just have to, I'm eager to find out as much as the rest of you all. So let's talk about it in the comment section below. Do you think my theory makes any sense? And, well, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.